We got magic mushroom tacos, man. Because if you're not using cast iron, you're being a fucking asshole and you're doing your food a detriment, a huge detriment. I want to smash the shit out of some fresh garlic. Is it good? Let's give it a taste. Yeah. It is 21st Century Rocker Mom inviting you into my Heavy Metal Hippie Kitchen for tonight. We got magic mushroom tacos, man. I've listened to a lot of the Grateful Dead a lot. Alexa, play Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead from Apple.
Oh, there she goes. Let's just keep it down a little bit. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, the Grateful Dead got me thinking about mushrooms and why not make some mushroom tacos for you and me. So we're gonna get our onion. We're just gonna slice it up. We're gonna thinly just cut some pieces of our onion up there, get that all together. Because eventually this is gonna go in a pan and make some sweet love to some mushrooms. What kind of pan am I using, you ask? Cast iron. Because if you're not using cast iron, you're being a fucking asshole and you're doing your food a detriment, a huge detriment. What are we gonna do next? I don't wanna use this stuff out of a bottle. I wanna smash the shit out of some fresh garlic. Because fresh is best, baby. So we all know how to do this. This is when you wanna get your frustrations out. Just grab a few, just smash the fuck out of them. And you know what? After you do that, the skins come off pretty damn easy. Give them a little cut here. See you later, skin. It was better knowing you. Actually, it was better knowing you before I fucking smashed the shit out of you. He's going to. They're all leaving. And they're all going to go in my pan that I've already well seasoned, because when you have, I don't know if you know this or not, cast iron fans. When you have a beautiful, beautiful cast iron pan, you gotta season that thing. So you can't wash it in the dishwasher. Put on some Grateful Dead, slather on some olive oil, and then just pat it dry. Your pan will be beautiful. Now, the reason I decided to make these mushroom tacos, talking about the Grateful Dead, is I had heard some pretty whacked out stories about Jerry Garcia himself and psychedelics. Let's turn on our pan, okay? I'm gonna put a healthy amount of olive oil in here. When I say healthy, I mean like healthy like your Italian grandmother. Let's just coat that pan in some olive oil. I got some other stuff for it later. I'm gonna toss the pan, toss the onions back in the pan when they get pretty, when that just gets nice and hot for you. Nice and hot like Jerry Garcia's mugshot. Jerry Garcia was known for, you know, taking probably the most psychedelics of the Grateful Dead. The guy, let's face it, was pretty always much on acid, always on mushrooms, doing the hallucinogenic, the trippy drugs. And one time a fan came to see the Dead, and a lot of the time the Dead had fans backstage. They had a whole army of Deadheads. They love their fans. They brought him a cake and it was dosed. Was it dosed with pot? No. Was it dosed with mushrooms? No. What was it dosed with? LSD. It was like the Grateful Dead concert on acid. So much acid though. There were like 800 hits of acid and just the icing of the cake. And Jerry Garcia ate the whole fucking cake. He said it was the scariest experience of his fucking life. All right, now if this pan's not hot enough, it'll be the scariest experience of your fucking life. We're gonna put the onions in first, because you know what? You put the garlic in first, that shit's gonna burn. It's gonna taste like shit. And then you're gonna hate yourself and probably me in the process. I want you to throw those onions in that pan, let it get all jazzed up, let everything hang out in there. While you're throwing the onions in the pan, you know what you can do? I already washed up some really nice sliced portobellos. I'm just crying. Because this is gonna be like your chicken portion here of your little magic mushroom taco, or a shawarma, if you will, because that's the kind of spice I'm gonna dig on tonight. I've been digging on some like Middle Eastern spices, a lot of Middle Eastern influences on the Grateful Dead's music. So I mean, why not throw a little of that Middle Eastern influence right in there? Just chop your mushrooms. I mean, you can use magical ones if you want. I don't endorse it. I'll use portobellos. You can use oyster, king oyster, whatever you want, shiitake. Whatever is a nice firm mushroom that's gonna hold up. You don't wanna use something like an enoki mushroom. They can get a little bit slimy. They're great for other dishes, but if you're trying to substitute meat in a dish, like I mean, heavy metal hippie. Heavy metal, obviously, we know why that is, but hippie? I mean, I don't even eat anything that has a face. If these mushrooms did have a face, it would look like this. If you hear that sound in the background, it's not the Grateful Dead. It's those onions getting all sweaty and getting all cute in the pan. They're ready. They're ready for me. They're ready for me to have a look. Take a look. I'm gonna take my favorite spatula. My onions are just sweating it out in the pan. This is a good time because you know what? Add the mushrooms because you know what? This is not one of those times we're gonna worry about what the mushrooms look like with the onion and worry about they're getting sweaty and say, oh, they're getting kind of discolored. They're looking kind of ugly. This dish is not meant to be beautiful. It's not gorgeous. This is not your mother's dish, okay? This is not something that you're gonna put in your little home and garden magazine. It's gonna be pretty. Is it gonna be delicious? It's gonna be pretty fucking delicious, yeah. Will it be pretty though? Fuck no, it won't. Look at mushrooms, they're grown as shit, they look like shit. This might look like shit too, but it's not gonna taste like shit, and that is the magic about this dish. I'm gonna prep a few pickles, because I know how much y'all love pickles on your shawarma sort of tacos. I cut them really thin, because we got places in town that do them like this too, and I like them that way. My spouse likes them that way too. I mean, we're gonna end up eating these together, so we're gonna have to love them. So why not make things the way you like them? You can cut them however you want, but I like to cut them in like a little bit of a julienne way. Just don't cut your little fingers off. Otherwise you'll be Electric Stub Part 2. That's like Electric Head Part 2 by White Zombie, but we're gonna call that Electric Stub Part 2. A teacher in high school, we called that. Cut off his finger in an unfortunate welding accident. Let's just give that a good old stir. Now, you know what? I can't hear Jerry Garcia anymore, but I hear him in my brain. Because all I hear is these delicious mushrooms sizzling at you and these onions. And this is the part where you gotta check on them, turn them down a little bit. Because things are gonna start getting married. This is the part where I throw in my vegan butter. I got basil. Today you can use Earth Balance, whatever you got that is plant-based. If you're not eating plant-based, then don't put anything plant-based in it. I'm gonna throw in, you can see my magic ingredients, some seasoning salt. Woo! You always wanna have seasoning salt in here. I use this Garlic Plus thing from Clubhouse. It's awesome. I don't get paid to say that. They should pay me to say that shit. Send the fucking check, Clubhouse. You're in my city. Then, this Knorr stock blend. It's made from just mushrooms. It's really meaty. If you can't get the meat in a dish, put it in with this. Mushrooms are meaty. I said it. And it's salty too. You might want to skip the salt until you taste it. And then at most of your bulk stores, they'll have like an already made shawarma spice that has all those nice warm spices with it. You want to put a really healthy amount of that in there until your house like smells so good. It's gonna be so warm and aromatic. You're gonna thank me. Everyone in your house is gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're gonna say, I'm making dinner. Your dinner, asshole. You're the kind of guy I'd make a fucking sandwich for. You right there. Boom! Throw the garlic in at the last minute, kind of, when things are getting a little bit more cooked down, kind of getting married, things are getting a little bit softer. Throw your garlic in then. That way you're not gonna burn it, because when you burn garlic, especially in cast iron, not only does it taste like shit, it tastes like burnt, bitter shit. So you don't want any of that. I don't want any of that happening for you. So let it all hang out in the pan. While that hangs out in the pan, I'm gonna throw these pita breads that I got here. Delicious naan bread, they're vegan too. They do it without yogurt. Hello, Willie Nelson. And I'm gonna just check them out, throw them in the air fryer for a few minutes and get them all nice and crispy. And while those are going off in the air fryer, just kind of getting fluffed up a little bit. You can put margarine on them, you can put a little bit of olive oil on them, whatever you please. I just left them plain. Just make sure your little mixture is ready. This is gonna kind of reduce down to maybe half of what you put in the pan. So if you're having a lot of people over, use more. I'm gonna let that all hang out for a few minutes. And while I do, I'll get the things ready that I'm gonna use to top it. I made some hummus the other day. I made a little bit of beet hummus. I'm gonna top it with that, this, and a little bit of this Violife feta cheese that I like. Some crispy onions I got going on here. And seriously, what would your shawarma be? Any drunken night that you spent downtown, what would your shawarma be without this cock-a-doodle-doo sauce? Everybody knows what it is. Everybody loves it. I know bitches that carry it on their fucking keychain, so don't tell me you don't love sriracha. I know it's basic, but it's fucking delicious. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get those naan breads, pita breads, whatever you want to call them, whatever kind of flatbread you got kicking around. Go grab them from your air fryer before they burn, motherfucker. Ah, still good. This is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Doesn't matter. Ah. Ah. Still good. This is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Sorry, Aladdin. Now, take your friends off the heat, because guess what? Your friends are gonna start caramelizing probably more than you're comfortable with. And then, you know, take your pita friends. You take a nice healthy spoon of the hummus that you made the other day. I made beet hummus because I wanted it to be pink, kind of cute. And it looks really fucking nice. I will do another video on how to do hummus where I can be as loud as I want. Because hummus is not a quiet process. It's a delicious process, but not a quiet one. Maybe slap a little more on there. That looks good. Don't skip out on portions like for your guests. If you skip out on portions, they're not gonna come over to your house to eat anymore. Bring your plates over here. I'm gonna grab some of this mushroom, garlic, and onion mix that I made with the shawarma seasoning. And you wanna put a good, healthy amount on top of there. This is like this is your meat. This is your shawarma. This is what you got going on. Then, out the second one. Woo. So these things, despite being made out of mushrooms, I'm gonna tell you, extremely filling. These are going to be a belly buster for you. We're gonna layer these up with some pickles because pickles and shawarma go together like rama-lama-lama. Giddy-giddy-ding-gidong. Mushrooms. Have you ever done mushrooms? Have you ever done anything fucking weird on mushrooms? I once had a friend who opened up a can. I was gonna say can of mushrooms. Really, I guess a bag of mushrooms. Did the mushrooms. Got so fucked up that they fell into an open grave. Imagine falling into an open grave normally, and then falling into an open grave on mushrooms. Sorry, I'm out. I got this freaking, I got feta cheese, but you know what? It's vegan, of course. I found it at Wally World, which is affectionately referred to as Walmart. Crumble a little bit of that stuff over the top. It's gonna look super good. Oh yeah. And just crumble a little bit more over this guy. It actually does taste like feta cheese. I'm not gonna lie to you. It tastes real good. I'm gonna wipe my hands off because you know what? Ew, who wants gross hands? Not me. Finally, because I didn't put any fresh ones on here, I'm gonna finish it off with something cool. This gives it a crunch. A little bit of these crispy onions. Put a little on top here. Put a little on top here. Okay, you know what? When I said that this wasn't gonna be a pretty dish, you know, maybe I fucking lied a little bit. Because you know what? It's kind of cute. All right, cock sauce. I don't even know what this cock sauce is open. Ah, suck my cock sauce. And this is why I got big knives like this in the kitchen. so you can open that cock sauce. But does that made some of you go, cocks hurt? Sorry. Right? Do a little squirt. We do the shawarma shop. Swash, 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 swash. And that, my friends, there is the magic mushroom shawarma taco. Compliments of the Grateful Dead, my inspiration behind this and everyone. And I got one for you. Oh. When it spins around, we got the most important job of all. Is it good? Let's give it a taste. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll love this. Whole families. Your children. Everyone. Everyone needs one of these shawarmas. All right, peace. I'm gonna go eat this in peace, make a total mess of myself because I say she ain't gonna be pretty, baby. It's gonna be one messy night. I love you. I'll see you back next week for another recipe with me, 21st Century Rocker Mom, on the Heavy Metal Hippie Kitchen. Join me again for another kick-ass recipe.